Welcome you to the engineering graphics session. We shall start with the first unit, Unit 1, plane curves and freehand sketching. And in this video lecture, I will give you a brief introduction to conic section. Okay, otherwise we call it as conic curves, right? In the conic curves, namely we have three curves. One is a ellipse, and the second one is parabola, and the third one is hyperbola. Okay, and these three curves we call as a conic section or conic curves. Why? Because these curves are obtained from the right circular cone. When the cutting plane influence in different position, what happens? These three curves are formed. So in general manner, we call these curves as a conic section or conic curves. So first of all, we shall know about ellipse and we shall learn how it is obtained. Okay, so for which I going to take the cone, right circular cone. So this is the cone. The cone is with the axis at the center. Okay, and when the cutting plane cuts or influence this cone as this manner, you can say as this manner. That means when talking about the cutting plane position, I can say the cutting plane is inclined to axis, and it cuts all the generator. If it cuts all the generators, then the sectioned region will be ellipse. Okay, so I can show you in the 3D view. The 3D view, I can show you. If a cutting plane is cut and sectioned, if it is removed, the above region is removed, then you could see the top view of this cone, a shape which is called ellipse. Okay. In the same fashion, for parabola, if you take the right circular cone, it is with the axis at the center, and in the formation of parabola, the cutting plane position is as this. Cutting plane position is as this cutting plane. That means I can say the cutting plane is just like this, inclined to axis. It is not parallel, it is inclined, and it is parallel with generators. So these are the regions we can call it as generator. That means if it is a cone, the surface, outside surface, we call it as what? Generator. At least it should be parallel to one of the generators. Okay, parallel to generator. So if it is the position of the cutting plane, so in the 3D view, I can show you what happens. Just see it. If it cuts, then you could see the shape of this sectioned region as this. Okay, so this is the sectioned region. when the cutting plane influence the right circular cone inclined to axis and parallel to generator. So you could see the shape which is nothing but a parabola. Okay, and when we see the hyperbola in the same fashion, just a right circular cone. So here I have the axis with like this manner, okay, and here the section plane or cutting plane just influencing this cone as this manner, that means the cutting plane is making an angle with the axis is smaller than the axis made, the inclination of the axis made with the generators. These are the generators, okay, than the axis with generator. Okay, when the cutting plane section the right circular cone, if the angle made by the cutting plane with the axis is smaller when compared with the angle made with the generator, in the sense the removed portion or sectioned plane, you could see the shape called hyperbola. So here if you see, get like this. Get like this. After removal of this portion, the viewed section will be the hyperbola. Okay, so I just make it to remember, when the cutting plane influence the right circular cone, when it is inclined to the axis, and if it cut all the generators, it forms ellipse. In the same fashion, the cutting plane is inclined to axis but it is parallel to generator, then the sectioned shape will be parabola. If the cutting plane making an angle with the axis which is smaller when compared to the axis making an angle with the generator, then the sectioned shape will be hyperbola. Okay, so now we shall see the construction part, that means how, in which method we are going to construct this hyperbola, parabola and ellipse, and what are the terminology involved in the things, right? Okay. So see, in the construction of conic curves, we are going to work with the eccentricity method. Okay, let's see the terminology involved. So first of all, we have the vertical line, that is D dash and D. Okay, this is nothing but directrix, or in other words, you can say as fixed straight line. Then at the mid of this directrix there will be a point called C, and there will be a perpendicular line. That line is nothing but axis. Okay, we denote as capital A, okay, and to draw the curve there will be a fixed point called focus F. Fixed point is nothing but a focus. It is at the axis, okay, like this. So focus F, otherwise we can call it as fixed point. And then if it is an ellipse, so we know the shape, right? So with respect to this focus, we get the shape as this. And these curves is formed when the line or curves are drawn in the locus of moving points. So in the construction, if you see, you will have lot of moving points, okay. Through the locus of moving points, if you draw a line, we get a shape called ellipse, okay. So for example, I can take one of the moving point, this, okay, and there is a determined ratio, that means the distance of ratio, the distance of moving point from the focus to the distance of moving point from the directrix. That means distance of moving point from the focus to the distance of a moving point from the directrix. If I take it as E, this ratio always in the curve will be constant, okay. So that ratio we call it as E, which is eccentricity, okay. So I can say E as Pf divided by Pe. Pf divided by Pe. Okay. See, when the moving point and the curve intersect with the axis, at that time we give the name for the moving point as vertex, which can be denoted as V. V is nothing but it's a moving point, but specifying when it intersect with the axis, okay. So V stands for vertex, or in other name we shall put it as moving point 2. So that I can also give the ratio of this eccentricity as Vf divided by Vc. That also same, Vf divided by Vc. And the general and the question and all, we always use this formula, ratio of eccentricity as Vf divided by Vc, okay, fine. So if you see the hyperbola and parabola, it remains the same. This is the ellipse, and if you talk about the parabola, I can say I am going to show the terminology in the same image itself. I am taking the common focus. If I draw the trace, I could say we get the curve as this manner, and for our parabola, this is the vertex, okay. If I show the hyperbola for the same focus which I have taken in the initial, I could say the curve goes as this manner, okay, and the vertex is here. The same like the ellipse, we can also take the ratios, okay. There won't be any change. This same thing will happen for the parabola as well, hyperbola. Okay. So if I take this as point P for the parabola, PF divided by P E will be the ratio of E, and for hyperbola, if I take point, moving point at anywhere on the curve, PF divided by PE will be the ratio for what? Eccentricity, okay. And in general, we need to know a thing, that means the eccentricity values always in the questions for the at some point of when we are constructing the conic curves, there won't be any specification like draw the hyperbola, draw the ellipse, or draw the parabola, something like that, okay. So in such condition, they majorly we will be identifying the things using the eccentricity, okay. So here for the ellipse, the eccentricity is less than 1. If the value of eccentricity is less than 1, we call it as ellipse, and if the eccentricity value is equal to 1, which is called unity, then we shall say it is parabola. Sometimes they give us 1, sometimes they mention as unity, okay. If it is unity, then it is a parabola, and if it is a hyperbola, our eccentricity value will be greater than 1, If the eccentricity is greater than 1, it's a hyperbola. If the eccentricity is equal to 1, it is parabola. If the eccentricity is less than 1, then it is an ellipse. I hope you understood what are the terminology involved in the conic curves, okay. And in the coming videos, I will be posting couple of problems regarding the conic curves, okay. Do listen. Thank you so much.